Hello, everyone, and welcome. If we've never met before, my name is Chantel, and I help really high achievers who are empaths, very compassionate, highly loving, that are coming into the awakening that they are ready to fully live out their life's purpose. They have this deep, burning inner knowing that they were meant for more. They were meant to have more. They were meant to experience more in their life. And they've got to the place where they're no longer going to apologize for it, for this deep knowing that there's something really, truly empowering within them, and that they realize they've been stifling, so to speak, and playing it safe. And so I just finished teaching in one of my group classes. And so I'm coming off of that euphoric kind of feeling of what I'm able to teach in my proprietary methods is life changing. It's up leveling. It is where I titled this live. A client said to me, it's been about 3 weeks now. She said, in the very first session, in that one session, the very first one, where we're just starting to scratch the surface of what's really going on, you were able to help me in a way that 20 years worth of all forms of therapy, all forms of energy work, all forms of self-help books and meditation just didn't even touch. And it's because I blend my love of the brain, what makes us human, what makes our brains tick the way that it does, and my intuitive spiritual side. And I bring all of the modalities that I teach together in order to really unfold the code that you were written with when you entered this body on earth at this time. So you may have heard me say before, just like we have a physical DNA that is coded and we can read it, so too do you have a spiritual DNA. You have a code that says that says, this is your purpose. This is the reason why you are on earth. Only you have this code. It is more divine than a fingerprint. It is more divine than the resonance, the sound of your voice. It means you. And this is what I really love being able to do, is help my clients unfold this and be able to see it, and then be able to, well, what do I do with it now? It's really fun. And so I have 9 spots open in the royalty code where I can work one-on-one with my clients. I also have my group trainings open where we come together in camaraderie. We come together like-minded, like-hearted humans. And we talk about things from universal laws to the spirituality, to limited beliefs, to the energy wanting to move in our bodies. Most of what I teach is very pragmatic, is very scientific. It's been proven over and over and over again, but it's forward thought. It's stuff that is not mainstream yet. And then the other stuff that I teach is what you might consider very woo. It's the leaning into the intuition, leaning into the inspiration and following it. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I always follow my intuition, always. And this is what I help my clients to not only quite possibly hear for the first time, what is their intuition? What is their true nature telling them? But to then follow it and to understand what that means. So this code that you were born into, that means you, that says, here's your physical DNA, which means you're going to physically look like this. You're going to have the bone density that you do. You're going to have the eye color that you do. But you also have this spiritual DNA that says your purpose on earth this time is, and it literally maps it out, X, Y, and Z. It is so plain as day. This is what I can unfold and I can open for you. And when I do that, I do it in a way of empowering you so that you see it for yourself, so that you see that you no longer need to find things to heal in order to create what it is that you really desire creating. It's incredible. So the doors are open officially. 9 spots remain. My year-long intensive, the Royalty Code, where we lock arms and I take you through this step by step into the unfolding of your dream life. It's $11,000 for the entire year's investment. Now my group series is also 1 year, but there's no one-on-one. We're all together in a group. It's $3,000. That's the investment. If this is calling to you, if you're feeling like I've tried all the other things and I just need an up, I know I was meant for so much more than what I'm doing right now, but I don't know how. I teach the hows. I'm going to invite you to go ahead and click the link and fill out the application, and we can talk about it. And if we are meant to work together and I am meant to be your mentor, I'll make you an offer. Let's talk really quick before I sign off here. Let's see what time it is. I do have a session here in about 7 minutes. So let's talk really quick about the energies of today. So just like you have a code that means you, means your purpose, means the way that you show up in the world, it means that whatever you desire is actually asking you to bring it to life. It's asking you, by having this desire, to experience it. It wants to be experienced through you as much as you want to experience it, whatever that desire is. The universe has its own code as well. And we are influenced by the universal codes because we live in this universe. So just like we are influenced by the air that we breathe, whether it's really smoggy or super clean, we're influenced by it. We can feel this overarching in us. The universal code for today, or the universal energy, is a contract that we can summarize as the Two of Diamonds. And the Two of Diamonds is really asking you to look at who it is that you have in your life, your close connections, that you feel like maybe you made this agreement with them, whether it's relationships or a business relationship or even a bank relationship, whatever it might be. And it feels old, it feels outdated. It feels like something that at the time you chose it, but you no longer choose it. And you know it's not for your greatest growth or the other person's. And so you might have this energy coming up of being nudged to do what feels fun and playful and like freedom and like a change of pace. That's the 5 of the day. It's the 5 mood energy. And the 5 is very playful. It wants to have a new outlook. It wants to say, let's change stuff up. Just because we've been doing something the same way, just because we said we were going to show up and do this one thing in January, doesn't mean that I have to follow it through if it doesn't feel good anymore. And at any time, even though I've entered in these contracts, even though I have given my word, because my karma has changed, because I have awakened to this new higher self, those contracts are no longer valid. And I'm not at the mercy of them for the rest of my life. Dear God, no. That's the universal energy. So when you know what's coming in and you know your code and you know your purpose, you know exactly how to navigate life. And this is the undercurrent for everything that you do. The kind of body that you want to live in, that you want to move in, that you want to feel yourself in. The kind of money relationship that you want to have, the bank account, the relationship, the love, the romance. I work with a lot of people who have the strategies. They're building businesses and they know the things that they to do, right? They know what to do in order to build their business. And yet 2 things, either they don't do them because fear says they can't or they shouldn't, or they might do it wrong, or they might be seen in a way, might be perceived in a certain way. Or the fear of what if I do it and everything changes? What if I do it and all sorts of fears come in and they fill in the blank. And so whether you are building a business or raising a family, but if you feel this like deep burning, I think of it as like this intuition, this deep, like, I've got to get what's inside of me out into the world. I have to say this out loud. I have to express it. I have to show the kind of love that I have for not only the world, but I really have for myself. And I want to put myself first. I understand that I am the universe mirrored and that I truly am meant to care for myself first, but I don't know how. We could have a conversation. So I'm going to drop my link down below. And I invite you to have fun with this 5 energy. It's playful, right? So if you're feeling the low side of the 5, you might be feeling like, woe is me, kind of stuck in. I've been, I have been forced to put on a mask. I've been forced to stay in my house, all of this kind of stuff. These are just universal energies. So if you choose to pick on the higher vibrational side of that 5, it's, well, what can I do? What feels really like freedom? What feels fun? What feels like a change of pace in a way that I quite possibly have never thought of? What are some contracts that I want to enter and allow the ones that I'm currently in to enter entropy, to go ahead and dissolve the way that the universe really is asking me to? So I'll leave you with that to ponder. And I look forward to whomever is interested in joining the Royalty Code or any of my group teachings. That is absolutely, again, life-changing. It's life-elevating. It is the only thing you will ever have to do in order to create whatever it is that you want to create. Mic drop. All right, everyone. Have an amazing day.